Yes, yes. And what is important is कि हम, so I'll actually I'll get into this one thing that I really hope it helps people. So there was this surah, it's called Surah Al-Asr, and that completely changed, not just only changed, it actually gave me a sense of direction as a Muslim, as a believer. And I'm really going to get into a lot of details, so if I hope people can
No,
bear
bacha,
with
this is all yours.
me.
This, yeah, yeah.
So Allah Ta'ala begins. So this is, I told you, okay, in this part of the Quran, Allah Ta'ala gives you very, it's very powerful. It's very powerful. And I remember कोई एक scholar थे, I think it was Imam Shafi, who said that just Suratul Asr, if a man was to contemplate on just Suratul Asr, it would be enough for his guidance. So I'm really going to get into this now. कि Suratul Asr से कैसे मैं change हो गया कि I read about it. I'll begin verse by verse. It said, Wal Asr. Allah Ta'ala swears by time. Allah Ta'ala is swearing by time. And we have to understand how important time is. That if the person who, sorry, not the person, the one who created time is swearing by time, how important it is. We just waste our time so much. And we don't realize that it is the only one thing the living person has. It's time. The
Yeah.
one who is dead, if there's one thing that he has lost out of the many things he has lost, is time. Because the time is what in what you do everything. This is the time. आप time में ही सब कुछ कर रहे हैं. इसी वक्त की कसम. I wait one second. I'll just get my charger. ये off होने वाला है. Just one second. So
Yes.
I'm telling you about Surah Al-Asr that this is Allah Ta'ala swears by time. And then Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, verily by time, everybody is in well asr innal insana lafi khusr, that all of mankind is in khasara. Khasara matlab loss. And the loss that is mentioned here is not something simple sa loss. It's a great loss. It's a great loss that is mentioned. Verily by time, indeed mankind is in loss. So you have to understand, this is the one who created time telling you that, you know what, all of you are in loss. The people who think they're so successful and so amazing, and you are in loss. Then Allah Ta'ala goes on to make an exception. He makes 4 exceptions. Wal asr, innal insana lafi khusr, illa allazina. So then Allah Ta'ala says, except for those. Who are those now? Illa allazina amanu. The first thing Allah Ta'ala mentions here is everybody is in loss except for those who believed. So ये पहला step है आपका. This is what is the distinguishing character between somebody who's not in loss and in loss. इसका पहला criteria is belief. You cannot expect कि आप बहुत अच्छे काम कर रहे हैं, but you do not believe, you do not have iman in your heart, you do not believe in Allah Ta'ala. All of your deeds are in loss. Everything is in loss. So and हमें लग रहा है हम बहुत कमाल कर रहे हैं. Going back to Suratul Asr, ये तो पहला tenet था, that you believe, right? You believe, and when you see कि हम जब हदीस में जाते हैं और प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद ने बताया कि हमें किस चीज़ में ईमान रखना है, ईमान बिल्लाही व बिल आखिरती व कुतुबिही व रुसुलिही वल यौमिल आखिरी व क़दरिही व शर्रिही व खैरिही व शर्रिही. यानी हमें ईमान लाना है अल्लाह ताला में, उनके एंजल्स में, वल मलाइकतिही व कुतुबिही, his books, ورسله, his messengers, all of them.
Yeah.
واليوم الآخر, the day of judgment, and destiny, divine decree, the good of it and the bad of it. So this is iman. This is what you have to have iman in. Then when you see, again go back to Surah Al-Asr, I was telling you, okay, Allah Ta'ala goes on to make 4 exceptions. First was for people illazina amanu, that these are people who believe. तो अब हमें समझ में आ गया belief क्या है. Second, वो अमल सालेह, these are people who did good deeds. इन्होंने अमल सालेह किए. और अमल सालेह आप वही करेंगे जो हमें कुरान ने जिस तरह समझाया है. I would request everyone that they read Ayatul Bir ayat of righteousness, and there Allah Ta'ala tells you कि actual righteousness क्या है. हम कैसे, it's said that Prophet Muhammad ने एक चीज बोली थी कि that none of you are believers जब तक तुम्हें अपने भाई के लिए वो चीज प्यारी ना हो जाए जो तुम्हें अपने लिए प्यारी है. And we think about it, हम जब सदका दे रहे होते हैं, हम जब ज़कात दे रहे होते हैं, हम इतनी रद्दी से रद्दी चीज उठा के देते हैं. And Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran that none of you will achieve righteousness till you spend out of what you love. Ayatul Bir. Anika, it's Ayatul Bir. It's in Surah Al-Baqarah. So then Allah Ta'ala says, Amal Salih, you do good deeds. And the third thing, Watawasaw bil Haqq, that they called one another to truth. They called one another to Haqq. क्योंकि ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि आपके अंदर ईमान है और आप दूसरे लोगों को उसके बारे में ना बताएं? How you cannot, नहीं हो सकता आपसे. And I'm not saying this as a statement of shame, but I'm saying this as a statement of love. It cannot be that there is something that has changed your life and has gotten you to a point where you know, and you don't tell somebody else about it. And this is one of a very important purpose that we miss out, to call one another to deen. क्योंकि हम कुरान में देखते हैं that two things that are ordered, enjoin right and forbid evil. दो चीजें हैं. हम कभी कभी सिर्फ एक दूसरे को forbid evil कर देते हैं, and we don't call one another to righteousness, or we only call one another to righteousness. और हमारे आसपास इतनी चीजें होती हैं, हम नहीं बोलते हैं, हम नहीं उसके बारे में बात करते. And all of us are guilty of it. And it goes back to the same thing that Prophet Muhammad ने अपनी जिंदगी किस चीज में लगाई थी. He spent his entire life doing just one thing for Allah Ta'ala, and he called one another to truth. And the last thing, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, they call one another to patience. And this is something that gives you so much hope, that you realize that the path of deen is not going to be easy. It's going to be really, really tough sometimes. And this is what reminds you of the purpose. कि हम कितनी बार कभी कभी सोचते हैं कि हमारी जिंदगी इतनी मुश्किल क्यों है, हमें इतनी परेशानियां क्यों हैं, क्यों हो रहा है ऐसे हमारे साथ. या क्योंकि अल्लाह ताला कहते हैं कुरान में that I created life and death so that I can test you which one of you are best in deed. الذين خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. मैं देखूं कि तुम में से सबसे अच्छे अमल किसके हैं. So this is what you realize, that so 4 things. I'm again going to sum this up later. Okay, first thing is belief. You need to have iman. And you see, actually, of course, Allah Ta'ala कहता है ना, Al-Hakim है, He is the wise. You realize Allah Ta'ala की हिकमत उस, आप जब देखते हैं सूरत अल-असर का जो ऑर्डर है कि पहले ईमान आया, ईमान के बाद अमल सॉलिह आया, अमल सॉलिह के बाद तवासुल बिल हक आया, और फिर तवासुल बिस सब्र आया. क्योंकि पहली चीज आपकी ईमान है.